We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. Cause Kristin knows blank.
Today's episode is going to blow your mind. Maybe, I don't know. It depends on how high your bar is set. Do you ever look around your house and think, oh, I wish I could find something that I could cook with and clean with and brush my teeth with? Well, there is that product, and it's baking soda. And baking soda is such a big deal. It's what my guest today wanted to talk about on this podcast. Welcome to Kristin Knows Blank. And if you're listening, hey, take a second to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast. However you're listening, there's going to be a button somewhere that says like, follow, or subscribe. Push that button and see what happens. Candy might pop out, but most of all, it'll just make the podcast feel really special. I'm Kristin Key. I'm the host of this crazy mess. You can find me on my website, kristinkey.com. Through that, you can find me and follow me on all my social media. I'm on Patreon, so you can support this and all of my shows. I'm also on Cameo, so if you want to give someone a personalized song or a musical shout out, find me on Cameo. Now, this week, my guest is a hilarious comedian. He's also the host of the podcast, Is This Anything? And today, he's going to talk to me about baking soda. So, hey, computer lady, play that interview with Brett Druck.
Playing interview with Brett Druck.
Brett, thank you so much for coming on today.
Oh, thanks for having me. Is this where I say what I'm an expert on? Am I doing it too soon?
You're about to, yeah.
Okay,
Well, this is
right.
the whole concept of the show is every week I have on a comedian, and I ask them, what's something that you're super into or that you would consider yourself an expert on, and yours, like always, all comedians surprise me. What do you consider yourself an expert on, or what are you super into?
I'm super into baking soda.
Baking soda. I mean, I just didn't see that. I would just assume comics are always going to have like these like. I don't know what I think they're going to be.
What
you
did
know?
you think mine was going to be?
I don't know. I thought yours was going to be like an obscure like comic book or like
That tracks.
I don't
can see
know,
that for me.
like a movie franchise or something. Like I'm super into Fast and the you wouldn't be Fast and the Furious, but I don't know who is into Fast and the Furious.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'd like to be.
Yeah, would you?
I
think
kind
you
of,
would be
I'm a big
different person.
marathon. I like movie marathons very
Okay.
much. And because there's so many of them, I've never gone down that rabbit hole. So I would kind of like to, I would do that.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay. So baking soda, why did that
soda.
pop into your head? Why are you so knowledgeable about baking soda?
I just have slowly accumulated uses for baking soda over the years. And it's like a thing where I'm like, man, if I had to sell a product, like if I could ever get an endorsement with baking soda, I would do that because I never would want to sell a product that I don't genuinely use, but I love baking soda. It's just fulfilled so many purposes for me.
Let's go back then. Let's go way
Okay.
back. What was
All
like, where did it begin with baking
Number
soda?
one, smelly shoes. Okay.
Okay. I don't use it for smelly shoes. So you were already a level above what mine sits in my, I have one in the fridge and I have one in the spice rack.
Right. The fridge thing, I think, was like a marketing technique. I mean, it does absorb odor really, really well, but I think that's mostly, it was just like a weird thing. Like, I just found out recently that the Pledge of Allegiance was a way for flag companies to sell more flags.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're learning all
Yeah.
kinds of thank you,
And then we
baking
just,
soda,
like,
for opening
we
the door
just-
into patriotism.
There's just like these things that are super outdated that we're like, nobody's ever questioned. They're just part of what we're used to.
We just, I don't know why I do it. We just have an open box of baking soda in the fridge, but
It
I
is
know that I'm
supposed
not
to-
supposed to bake with that because it's like that's the bad one. It's like I just assume it's like Guest towels. I'm like that's the Guest
Right.
baking soda, but we just don't use it.
The broccoli is like, did you use my baking soda? Because it's a little wet.
I was out of my personal stash,
So that was number one. So if you have like some sneakers that you love, but they're a little stinky.
Do I?
Okay. Put some baking soda in there and wear them for 3 hours. Your feet are gonna sweat like crazy because I think it clogs the pores, which causes your feet to sweat. I don't know.
So you don't put it. Okay, so you don't like. I was thinking you sprinkled it and leave your shoes in your closet. You put the baking soda on and then go
You
and
can
then
do
go
that
make
too,
them stinkier.
But you don't make them stinkier. You'll want to eat off of that shoe once you've worn it. Once you've gotten that baking soda in there, the smell's just gonna go away.
Oh my God. Okay.
Incredible.
Okay. So that's where it all began. It began with baking
Yeah.
soda in the shoe. And where did you find this out? Is this like, does
I think
everybody?
this is when you could Google things and like an article first of all, you would just find the information. It wouldn't be like an article that's like, what is baking soda? And then like the Latin term, and then like 50 paragraphs later, you're like, oh, here's what it was just like. Here are some household ways to get rid of stinky things.
That's
And
my
I was
follow-up
like,
question.
Yeah.
Do you, because, okay, well, I'm going to get personal with you. I had a foot odor problem. I don't know that it still is bad, but for a while in my 30s, and I would tell I told my parents about it because, you know, you're more open with your folks. I'd be like, I have a foot odor problem. My dad was like, I had a foot odor problem in my 30s.
He's like, why are you whispering about it?
It's a foot odor problem. He's a minister, so that's how we talked to each other in church. He's preaching at the time. A foot odor problem. But no, I did. I had really like leave your shoes outside kind of foot odor. Is this why you Googled how to? Did you have a foot odor problem?
I think I had a hold on to sneakers for too long problem.
Okay.
But I do have
I wish I hadn't told that story now.
But no, here's the thing though. What I later discovered, which was I would have to put on deodorant. Like I only had like 2 deodorants that would work for me.
Okay.
And I would still, if it was like a hot summer day in New York, I would have to reapply halfway through the day, or I was just going to smell like BO. And then upon knowing that about the foot thing, I was like, I can't believe how well this works about shoes. I was like, what if I just put some under my armpit just to see what happens?
What happened?
Gone. Smell gone. And like if I hadn't worn deodorant like for a day or something like that, and then I had gone to shower and like, you know, really soaked in there, I still, when I was done showering, I would still smell the BO. It would take like 2 or 3 showers before I could get that to go away. And then baking soda, just instantly gone.
Wow. Do you find like as a performer, because like my wife says there's a difference, like performance sweat versus regular sweat. Like she says like when I go on stage and come off, she's like, your blazers have a different smell than you normally have.
Whoa.
Like there's like a stress sweat or an adrenaline sweat.
Is your wife Wolverine? So she got a crazy
she also,
tuned sense of smell.
You can smell when I'm injured. But no, she says,
like, what's up? What happened? Tell me about it.
Is your mom okay? So Arm & Hammer would make that, like, I should use that before shows.
Yeah, actually, I like Schmidt's. They have. I was making my own deodorant for a little while, and it was not good. It was like way too abrasive.
Okay, I was going to ask,
and I was like using beeswax, and it was just it would change if it was hot, and it would get goopy, and then it wasn't hard enough. It was bad.
I'm learning so much about you. I would have never pegged you as do you make candles too? That seemed mean, but
no, I didn't. Why would that be? Why did that seem mean? This feels like a thing where I'm like, I don't know, I'm being insulted.
Okay, good, because I wasn't trying to, and then I felt like I was. Then I'm like, it's okay. Like that's like just lumping you in with if you make your own deodorant, clearly you're gonna make your own candles. The next thing you know, you're into.
I'm coming in like I love baking soda and I use it on my body, so I'm like I'm already a weirdo. So for you to ask, do you make candles? I feel like that normals me up, if anything.
like me with Fast and Furious, she's like, I'd like to make my own candles.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. But Schmidt's, Schmidt's is now like an affordable deodorant, and it's got a heavy amount of baking soda in it. I don't know. Weirdly enough, I don't feel like Arm & Hammer has like a really good baking soda deodorant.
They don't. My wife uses it. I use this, what is it? Natural is what it's called. Natural deodorant. And they've got some fun flavors. They all sound like drinks that I would have had when I was drinking, like cucumber melon.
Yeah.
And it's like lavender or whatever. But it's the one that like I'll wear it and then I'll go to perform, and before my show starts, I need a different deodorant because it didn't work. And so hers is Arm & Hammer. It smells good, but it's slimy. And I don't feel like it has a lot of baking soda in it.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, they don't put. I don't know if they put much baking soda in there, but Schmidt's has a lot of it. The only thing with baking soda is that it is a little abrasive. So if you start feeling your armpits getting sore, you just have to like take a break from it. Otherwise, you'll really fuck up your armpits.
Oh wow. Okay. It's strong stuff. Okay.
Yeah. I always go to like Marshalls or TJ Maxx because they'll always have Schmidt's somewhere, and it's usually some weird scents. Sucks with the pandemic though because you can't smell them. You're just like, I wonder what driftwood smells like.
Guess we're gonna find out when I get home.
Yeah.
Honey, you like the smell of driftwood? Yeah.
Your wife probably smell you when you pull in.
Have you been at sea? So what else do you use it for?
So unclogging drains, like Drano and some more heavy duty stuff that people will use to unclog drains. They can fuck up your pipes, but just a little baking soda and vinegar, and you will unclog a fair amount of pipes with that.
Wow.
Especially
Okay.
good for like for men, like if you got a lot of shaving, hair clogging going on there,
Okay.
just to
Okay.
loosen things up. I think there's something that happens with the acidic reaction in carbonate. I don't really chemistry. I don't know anything about.
I did a
So
deep
yeah.
dive on baking soda just for
Oh,
this
okay.
conversation and found out that, yeah, one is an acid, one is a base. So when vinegar mixes with baking soda, it creates a chemical reaction. And you cannot, if you mix them, do not store them in an airtight container because it will explode.
Ooh. Okay. All right. That was good.
Probably why it torpedoes whatever's in your drain through.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just moves stuff around also. But you can use it to like absorb an oil stain.
Ooh,
because it's
instead of kitty
absorbent.
litter.
Yeah. I have pretty big pores on my nose, so I'll get blackheads there. I think that's also because I eat too much candy.
What kind of
But
candy?
ooh, whatever's available. I literally, actually, the reason I'm a few minutes late is because I was sitting here and I was like, oh, I have this bag of jelly beans. And then I started eating jelly beans right before, just as I was waiting. And then I was like, oh no, now my tongue is all red. I look like I'm 7 years old. Like I just had like a really big popsicle. It's probably still, so I went to go brush my tongue.
Okay. Just a little bit.
Yeah,
A little bit.
oh,
Yeah, because
that.
I heard like before your face was on, I saw your name and then I heard a rustling and then like a bowl. I'm like, what is he? How does he prep for podcasts? But
I just come covered in baking soda. I have a, what are they called?
mortar and pestle.
Mortar and pestle. I'm like,
I
hello.
make my own. Wiping it all over you. That's I love candy, but I feel like the older I get, I always wondered why like my grandparents and my aunt had like a candy jar. Because as a kid, I'm like, how do you keep candy in a jar? Like I would eat it. My wife and I have like
Right.
3 jars full of amazing like chocolates and candy because we're not kids and we can just
Right.
kind of pace
But
ourselves.
you don't have a, oh, you're good at pacing yourself. I think I'm going to get that next year.
Yeah. I think we're counting calories right now too, like when we're
Oh,
around
okay.
each other. So it's like,
Can she smell if you've eaten too many calories?
I think she
She's like,
can.
You cheated.
Skittles. So do you travel with it? Is it something that's like a staple
Yeah.
that you so much so that you bring it with you? And like,
Yeah.
do you bring it in the box or do you bring it in a?
Especially actually when I'm on the road for a long period of time, because like there'll be some times where I'm going gig to gig and I'm like, I don't have time to shower, and I know but if I just throw some baking soda under there, I'm going to be fine.
Oh my God, I'm going to use this. And then
Yeah.
that's the thing. Do you like, because it does look like drugs in a bag. So
I've had a
yeah.
lot of confused roommates.
Okay.
Every time, so I've had, I think since I've lived here the last 7 years, I've had 5 different roommates, and it's always like a month after they move in that it's like they're like, hey, so what's the thing in the shower?
Just for shower
I was
cocaine.
I was wondering when you were gonna ask.
Because you
one
label
roommate
it
didn't-
cocaine.
One roommate didn't ask, but I could tell that he examined it, because as soon as water gets on baking soda, like it changes the consistency. So I was like, he never said anything, but I could tell all the baking soda was like really like solid. It wasn't like in little grains anymore. And I was like, I could tell he'd opened it up to be like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. That's
Actually, with that
baking soda.
roommate, probably. Other uses. Oh yeah, so you could rub it on your nose and get blackheads out.
Wonder why that is. It just is it.
I don't know. I think that's probably like an exfoliating thing because it's got so many
Okay.
small grains. But I really don't know why that works.
Do you brush your teeth with it?
I don't.
Okay.
I could. You can, but I
Yeah.
don't.
Okay. I try like I like the toothpaste that has it in it, but what was I looking at? It's good for like cleaning your teeth, but it does not whiten your teeth, I found out. Yeah.
Right. You could swish with hydrogen peroxide.
Oh,
I
keep
think
going.
I'm not sure how that is on enamel. I don't endorse that. I'm gonna take that back.
Okay, yeah, use definite just regular Clorox bleach on your teeth.
There you go. Inject your teeth with bleach.
Okay. Now, do you come from a family of? I'm just
I thought
before
you
we
were just
wrap
going to
up.
end it after family.
Do you come from a
You
family?
come a family? Because this seems like
I only ask certain comedians this. I know it's kind of personal. Did you have a mother?
It seems like you developed baking soda as a survival technique. Do you have a family?
No, but is it like in my family we used blackstrap molasses for everything? It's yeah, and it's like black and it tastes awful, but it's like my mom would be like, "Oh, do you have a sore in your mouth? Blackstrap molasses, upset stomach, blackstrap molasses." Like put some on a Q-tip, and so it was like our families.
Did it work?
It works for a lot of things. I don't know
great.
what it has in it, but especially if you just have like a cut on your mouth or a sore tooth or something, it's like it's really good for that. And so it was, just I've told other people like, oh, I get some blackstrap. They're like, what the hell is blackstrap molasses? I was like, oh, it's one of my family's weird home remedies. So is this like one of your family's home remedies?
Blackstrap molasses sounds like somebody from like the star of a blaxploitation movie. Here comes old blackstrap molasses.
Well, let's talk more about my family. Yeah, no, it's not actually the name of the product. That's just what they call it because there's a black woman on the bottle.
Yeah, no, this is not a family thing. I'm probably the weirdest person in my family, so this is not a thing that I don't even know if my family knows my love for baking soda.
They're about to. Yeah. They're probably they're watching right now. You don't know our viewership. They're not watching. This is incredible though, because I knew you were coming on to talk about this. I looked it up and I was like, I did not know you could do that much with it. I'm gonna do more. But I feel like
your foot situation now?
My foot odor problem, it's better now. Like my feet, they still sweat, but they don't smell like they used to. But I do have some shoes that are a little beyond their prime, and so regardless, they're gonna need some baking soda in them.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna be sprinkling in some shoes.
I'm excited for you.
More than anything, I'm gonna be using this under my pits.
Oh yeah, I would say if you're not using the deodorant, especially if you're just going straight to pit, I would it's abrasive, so it'll fuck your skin up. So don't do that in an emergency situation, or you can even just go straight on the shirt with it.
Oh, that'll be great for my jackets. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
jackets is great for jackets.
Travel jackets that just like, I'm not gonna be able to clean this for a week or two, and you wear it 3 or 4 nights. You're like, gee, it smells like
Absolutely. Yeah, no, definitely. I'll wear some jackets on stage, and always they'll accumulate. But you're like, I'm not gonna wash a jacket, dry cleaning. Like, what am I gonna do? And so,
I literally go to the dry cleaners like twice a year, and I should go like every 3 weeks. And so I could use this is a good comics quick fix. All right, I feel like you're extremely knowledgeable in your field, so I'm gonna test that knowledge with 5 quick questions.
It's time for 5 quick questions.
I'm going to test your knowledge of Arm & Hammer deodorant flavors. All you have to do is tell me, is this an Arm & Hammer deodorant flavor or the flavor of Trident gum?
Okay. Well, you keep saying flavors for deodorants.
It's scent. It's scent.
Okay.
I know
just
that
want
you're
to make
not
sure
supposed-
you weren't eating them.
They all taste the same, but they all smell different. The nose flavor. Number 1, is this an Arm & Hammer deodorant fragrance or a Trident gum flavor? Cool Blast.
I'm going to say that is an Arm & Hammer deodorant.
That is correct. Okay,
Oh my
question
God,
1,
I'm on
down the
fire.
tubes. Awesome.
I say I'm on fire after the first question.
He's on a hot streak, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing can slow him down. All right, number 2.
Except for Icy Cool Blast. That's the only thing that could cool me down.
I'm pretty sure Icy Cool Blast would have been a flavor of a different kind of gum, but Cool Blast itself is an Arm & Hammer deodorant. Number 2, Tropical Twist.
Ooh.
Arm & Hammer deodorant fragrance or Trident gum flavor?
I'm going to say that is a Trident flavor.
That is correct.
Oh my God, I'm on fire.
Somebody stop him! Somebody stop him! Number 3, still aflame. Number 3, is this an Arm & Hammer deodorant fragrance or Trident gum flavor? Winter Green.
I'm going to say Trident flavor on this one too.
You were 3 for 3.
Oh
3
my
for
God.
3,
Am
ladies
I a
and gentlemen.
prodigy? Has anybody ever done this well?
Nobody has ever done this well with Arm & Hammer questions, ever. You were destroying the curve. Number 4, Arm & Hammer deodorant fragrance or Trident gum flavor? Juniper Berry.
Ooh. I'm going to say Trident again.
That is Arm & Hammer deodorant. That is
God damn
Arm
it.
& Hammer deodorant.
So stupid!
Got him. I don't know why I'm rooting for you to fail. Yes! Take that, Brett Druck! Okay, number
All right. I'm
five. Number 5. Is this an Arm & Hammer deodorant fragrance or a Trident gum flavor? Active Sport.
Okay, I'm going to say that's Arm & Hammer deodorant.
That is Arm & Hammer deodorant. Active
Oh my
Sport.
God, I'm on
Yes!
fire.
4 out of 5. You truly are an expert at baking soda related questions.
Oh,
How do you
this
feel?
is so
How does it
fun.
feel?
I feel great. Fresh.
And now it's time for Radlibs. So here's what happened. I wrote a story specifically for you, and I've left out some parts of speech. If you give me those parts of speech together, we're going to make a hilarious story. Are you ready to play
I'm
Radlibs?
so freaking ready.
Okay, let's do it. I need an exclamation of disbelief.
The fuck?
Yes, yes. I need a substance.
Protein powder.
Yes.
There's a comic, Lance Weiss has a great joke about. I don't know if you ever used protein powder, but it is really easy to spill and like not an easy substance to clean up. But he's like, I just got protein powder. I don't get any of it in my blender, but I spill it all over the ground. He's like, my cockroaches are huge.
It's so funny.
I love that joke.
Plural noun.
Tomatoes.
A unit of measurement.
5 yards.
I need a liquid.
Slimer High C.
Slimer. Do you drink a lot of that?
Not in many years, but I have.
I remember that. I remember.
Yeah,
It's
I
been
don't
a
know
long
why
time.
that just popped into my head.
What did that taste like? Was that?
I don't remember. I feel like if you know how like if you freeze like a fruit juice, the ice and the syrup will separate.
Yeah.
I feel like if you did that with a lemon Gatorade or like a green Gatorade, that if the syrup separated, that's what that tasted like.
Okay. I don't know why when you said that, all I thought of. Remember Surge?
Yeah, Surge.
The first
sure.
energy drink.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just popped into my head. A body part.
Belly button.
Yes. That's the correct answer. And I'm grading you. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Terrible, terrible fail. I need an adverb.
Mournfully.
Mournfully. Never had that on the show in the history of the
Really?
show.
Have you had a Slimer High C on the show before?
All the time. Every week.
Every answer I've given you get all the time.
Some of these are more common than others. I need a toiletry item.
Well, for me, it'd be baking soda.
Yes.
Toiletry item.
I'm putting it in. Ooh, a flavor.
Tamarind.
An adjective.
Woebegone.
Woebegone?
Woebegone. Yeah, I felt like it fit with mournfully. I mean,
No.
sad.
Aw. Woebegone.
Yeah.
It sounds like a teddy bear's name.
Oh yeah, like a really sad teddy bear.
Woebegone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's sad.
His head's in his chest. He won't make eye contact. It's the only teddy bear that you have to make it feel better.
Oh, woebegone. I'll come to you. An article of clothing.
An ascot.
Ascot, yes. Oh, an activity.
Doodling.
Increment of time.
Fortnite. I feel like you probably get that one all the time.
Not as
That
often
one
as
I-
you'd think. I like
Really?
that one. You know the most popular answer in this whole show is I ask body part.
What?
Everybody says elbow.
Really?
In what, like 26 episodes, I've had like 23 elbows.
What the fuck?
I mean, it's like it gets to be annoying. I told my wife that. Now every time I do one of these with my wife, all she'll say is elbows now because she knows it pisses me off. And I'm like, come on! She used to be like butt cheeks, nipples, and I'm like, ha ha ha. Now she's like elbow. I'm like, why? What do you do? You know what bothers me.
Can I tell you, my first instinct was elbow, for sure. 100%. And I was like, no, that's probably what everybody says.
Isn't that weird? It's where everybody goes there like, this is unique. Elbow. I'm like, son of a bitch! And I guess I'm secretly judging you all. Sorry. Something a magician yells. Do good. Do good.
Do good, do good.
No, just something a magician yells.
I just like the idea of a magician who's like, really, he's not sure what's going to happen. He's like, do good, do good. He reaches into the hat, do good. Oh, good. It's a rabbit.
I'm putting it. Do good,
All
do
right.
good. Something alive.
Plant.
A family member.
Like an aunt or my aunt?
I don't make up the rules.
Okay, my aunt.
Yes, my aunt. Do you have an aunt? Aunt? Do you have an aunt?
I have aunts. Yeah.
Aunts. Why do some of us say aunt and some of us say aunt?
Because some of us are uneducated.
Aunt.
No, I say aunt too. I do it interchangeably. I try to say aunt just so there's no confusion. You know, there's only one version of aunt, but there's two versions of ant. And I've been known to collect an ant, you know, like the insect.
Yeah.
So people would get confused. Like, oh, I'm visiting my aunt. They're like, which one, you know?
Don't they live with you in that little jar? Not that ant. The human person. So confusing.
Don't they live with you in that little jar? No, not that ant. The insect.
I'm going to start calling the insect aunts just to confuse people. Oh, I stepped on an aunt. An ant hill.
It's a colony of fire ants. Be careful.
A natural disaster.
A nuclear meltdown.
That works really well there. A liquid.
Corn syrup.
Something a teacher says.
All right, class.
A body part.
Earlobe.
Excellent. And an adjective ending in ER.
Frumpier.
We have a story.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
The story's called A Letter to Arm and Hammer. Dear Mr. or Mrs. Arm and Hammer, I always knew that baking soda was for cooking, but when I found out how many uses baking soda has, I was like, the fuck? I've used it to clean the protein powder off my tomatoes. I just mix 5 yards of baking soda with a squirt of Slimer High C and rub it mournfully. Then, wow! So shiny I can see my belly button in it. I also brush my teeth with a little baking soda and baking soda. It always leaves my breath fresh, but it leaves a slight tamarind aftertaste. Boy, my teeth have never been more woebegone. I use baking soda to freshen my stinky ascots. Sometimes they get that doodling smell, but if I sprinkle some baking soda on them and leave it for a fortnight, then do good, fresh as plants. Not sure what the do good's there for. I guess it's the mantra you say while your ascot's getting freshened.
Do good, fresh as plants is going to be in my regular repertoire of things to say.
Do good, fresh as plants. How do you clean your ascot? I even used baking soda when I was helping my aunt with her science fair project. We built a nuclear meltdown, but it worked a little too well, leaving the science teacher covered with corn syrup. It definitely made an impression. In the words of my teacher, all right, class. So thank you, Arm & Hammer. From the top of my kitchen to the bottom of my earlobe, thanks for making my life a little frumpier.
I like that the teacher said all right, class after she was just covered in corn syrup. Like she was like, I'm just going to do the lesson.
We're just going to get through it. Well done, sir. Well done.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my God! Tell the viewers and the listeners what you have coming up and where they can find you.
Oh, well, tomorrow you can see me with my Is This Anything Boys at nowherecomedyclub.com. You can go find tickets there. I think we still have some discount tickets available as of now, but we'll see on Monday. So go ahead, get those, and you can watch Is This Anything on YouTube, and you can follow me at Brett Druck, BRETTDRUCK, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those things.
Wonderful. Well, everybody find him, follow him. Is This Anything is a hilarious podcast. I got to be on it, and it was so much fun. You get to test out comedy material, and you get to hear wonderful comedians testing out their material, and it's very, very funny.
And Kristin killed it. So if you love Kristin, just go watch her episodes because she was so funny on it that I had to switch from podcast form to YouTube to watch the faces. That's how much fun I had re-listening to it.
It was so fun to be on it, so I can't wait to listen to the rest of it. But thank you for coming on today.
Thank you so much for having me. This is a blast.
Interview complete. Dissolving bread into a mixture of baking soda and vinegar to unclog a drain.
Wow, that is exactly how Brett Druck would have wanted to go. Thanks, Computer Lady, and thanks, Brett Druck, for being such a good sport and for teaching us so much about baking soda. Guys, thank you for listening or watching this podcast. And if you did enjoy it, please take a second to like, subscribe, and follow it because it makes this podcast purr like a kitten. I'm Kristin Key. Find me online through my website, kristinkey.com. follow me, friend me, subscribe to me, support my Patreon, get a cameo from me. Each week, I'll be bringing you hilarious comedians with unusual topics of expertise. Together, we'll discuss. We'll answer 5 quick questions and play a Radlib. Until next time. Bye.
We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. 'Cause Kristin